remember the first time you encountered Anne of Green Gables? How about A Little Princess and Little Women? For me, the earliest memory I had of these beloved children's stories was through anime. It may sound strange to some, but there was a time when one particular production studio would regularly create anime series based on classic literature. Zuiyo Eizo, or Zuiyo Enterprises, and I'm sorry if I butchered that pronunciation, was founded in 1962, and the earliest series they made that I could find was 1969's Dororo, which was based on a manga of the same name. Soon afterwards, they started animating stories based on classic children's literature like those written by Hans Christian Andersen. The often cited work during this early period is their adaptation of Heidi by the Swiss author Johanna Spiri. Released in 1974, the 52-episode series Heidi, Girl of the Alps notably include Hayao Miyazaki, Isao Takahata, and Yoshiyuki Tomino in their production team. The book, and by extension, the series was about a bright and cheerful little girl named Heidi who started to live with her reckless grandfather in the Swiss Alps. The series' tone was wistful and whimsical. It is a celebration of pastoral mountain life. To say the series was a success will be an understatement. Though the book Heidi was adapted multiple times before, the Zuiyo Enterprise version was dubbed into 20 languages and was able to reach audiences in Asia, Europe, Latin America, the Arab world, and South Africa. You could find episodes that were dubbed in various languages on YouTube. In the comment section of these videos, you could guarantee to find nostalgic comments about childhood spent watching the series. The series still receives accolades to this day. In 2015, a Belgium-based production company, Studio 100, did a CGI remake of the series. While they reworked the script for the new series, the character design was clearly heavily influenced by the original anime. In 2019, the Swiss National Museum in Zurich held a Heidi in Japan exhibit. There's even a video on YouTube of Yoichi Kotabe visiting Switzerland for the exhibit that I highly suggest. Although Heidi was dubbed in English, the only commercially available version of the series in the US is a compilation film titled The Story of Heidi. This trend will largely remain true in this body of work. In 1975, Zuiyo Eizo would split into two entities. Zuiyo would keep the depths of the original company as well as the rights to the Heidi series. The other entity will be a new production company called Nippon Animations, which absorbed most of the production staff. Nippon Animation would later produce Lara the Prairie Girl in 1975, which was based on the same book series as The Little House on the Prairie was based on, Anne of Green Gables in 1979, The Princess Sarah in 1985. The last two were produced under the banner World Masterpiece Theater, which ended up how the entire anthology was informally called. Despite its worldwide popularity, only 7 World Masterpiece Theater titles were available to the North American market. 1973's Fables of the Green Forest, 1980's Tom Sawyer, 1981's Swiss Family Robinson, 1987's Little Women, 1989's The Adventures of Peter Pan, 1992's The Bush Baby, and 1994's Tico and Friends. This was unusual to me because I'm sure I watched the English dub Princess Sarah thanks to the animation channel Animax. Hayao Miyazaki left Nippon Animation in 1979 while in the middle of production for Anne of Green Gables. He would later co-found Studio Ghibli in 1985 with his Nippon Animation co-worker Isao Takahata. Yoshiyuki Tomino would write and direct the mecha anime classic Mobile Suit Gundam. Character designer Yoichi Kotabe would later work on Nintendo, where he was a contributor to the Super Mario series, and he acted as the animation supervisor for various Pokémon games. After 23 seasons, World Masterpiece Theater would lose its popularity and it's cancelled in 1997. It would later have a small revival in the late 2000s with titles such as Les Miserables, Little Girl Cosette in 2007, and Hello Anne Before Green Gables in 2009. There is no news about another renewal since. The Swiss National Museum summarized it best. At the end of the 19th century, Heidi conquered the world. The story of a girl from the mountains was given a further boost in the 1970s with a Japanese cartoon series. The series is also considered to have sown the seed of now booming anime industry and ultimately turned Heidi into a global phenomenon. The makers of the animated series went on to co-found world-famous Studio Ghibli, creator of numerous films and series. The exhibition Heidi in Japan focuses on the fusion of two cultures and the evolution of the Japanese cartoon series, which was extremely important in popularizing the successful anime genre. So what do you think? Should studios adapt more novels into anime? What piece of literature would you nominate that they animate?